segment number 2 of Mr. TMD in the kitchen files right now. What's up, guys? As you probably may have seen my Chewy video, the history goes like this with my whole kitchen Facebook Live shenanigans. Is that I used to do a lot of drunk cooking, as you've probably seen my Chewy video, and I started doing the whole drunk cooking thing. I think when was it? When I met my wife, I believe. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I used to show you guys what I was cooking whilst being intoxicated on Chewy. Now, I don't recommend using any sharp implements while cooking, especially drinking this dangerous liquid, Chewy. I want to tell you guys about my whole history about cooking. So I started cooking at a young age. I worked in a lot of restaurants when I was young, like part-time work. And also I was interested because I used to watch my mum cooking food all the time when I was a young kid. Now, my mum is from a small island called Mauritius. So I have a lot of like Indian, African, Thai kind of like cultural thing that I've grown up with since a young kid. And I love food, as you can well see. And I want to tell you guys about moving to Japan, especially if you like Asian cooking. Now, when I first came to Japan, I went into the supermarket and I just remember, I think this was when I lived in, when my first school was based, was in Yokohama, Yokosuka. I remember going to the supermarket and thinking like, oh man, what am I going to cook tonight? And I went in, I was staying in some like rental apartment and I wanted to do some cooking. They had a kitchen. So when I went into the supermarket, I was just like dismayed by like what I was seeing, because you got to remember that Japan has its own way of cooking things, and a lot of their food actually, I think, is what I call lazy cooking. A lot of it is processed, instant, just add water, microwave. Which is a contradiction, because like in Japan, there's actually a lot of very good food that you can eat, which is very healthy. But then they have like this supermarket kind of like food where it's like very unhealthy and just tastes like dog shit. And I think what it is, and I know a lot of people have commented on this before. I'm trying to get my words out. I'm a little bit intoxicated right now if it's chewing. But instant food, quick and easy meals. This is because the Japanese salarymen or women work long hours. So they basically can't cook long meals or having things over a long time, i.e. a slow cooker or something like that. So when I came to Japan, I was like, man, what am I going to do? I can't get spices, I can't get herbs, I can't get certain things that I would easily get back in the UK. And it took a number of years before I discovered a few places, especially out in Ueno, Kashiwa, where I live nearby. Big shout out to Mohammed as well. But now, due to the influx of new foreigners, Vietnamese, Nepalese, there are shops being opened everywhere in my hometown. There are actually 4 restaurants that I know of that are Vietnamese, and I think there's about maybe 4, 5, 6 Nepali Indian restaurants being opened in my hometown. Due to this influx, and I've talked about this on Facebook Live, I had so many mixed emotions about this new massive influx of foreigners coming over here. I was like really like uptight, and I'm thinking, why are they here? Are they here for the right reasons? And blah 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 blah. But I've changed my mind. I think Japan needs to have this multicultural society where everybody can live in harmony. everybody can share and discuss and talk about things as a country. And this shift is changing. Yes, it might not be related to food like this video is like targeted at. But what I'm trying to tell you is, if you're a person like me who's grown up with cooking, who's worked in restaurants, who's like, I'm a big foodie, I love watching like YouTube videos, Netflix, I love food, you know, and to find real quality good ingredients in Japan is really hard. And if you do find them in a Japanese supermarket, the prices are absolutely insane. And this is what I'm going to show you guys today. So as I randomly walked to my local halal shop, my Nepal shop, I stumbled along a Vietnamese supermarket. And I was blown away. I was like, fuck, man. I know I'm going to get cheap cilantro or coriander. I know I'm going to get lemongrass. I know I'm going to get like other items that I cannot buy in a Japanese supermarket. And I'm going to tell you a story about the first place. This first place, and I bought the ingredients, which is quite a lot actually. Here's the bag. And I'm going to go through every ingredient and talk to you guys about don't feel homesick. If you like cooking, or if you are from a country like America, or I don't know, a country that has Asian cooking, do not fear. There are places out there where you can buy foreign food. Do not worry. So the first place is actually owned by, it's a restaurant, and opposite that restaurant is a small Nepali shop. And I've known about this shop for about, I don't know, 5 years. And what you can get is, and very simple, are these chapatis. I can make chapatis homemade, but because of the mess, the flour, and you have to roll it, it takes such a long time. These things are so quick and easy to do. I just buy them in a pack. I don't know where these are from actually, which country. Oh, believe it or not, they're from America. Bought at my local spice shop. In the freezer. Next is a dish or paste. It's for a dish called what's it? Pani puri. I first had pani puri in Mauritius, which is my homeland, my mother's. And pani puri, I do have a full pack somewhere. Is basically this. It's like some I don't know what it is. It's like a chickpea thing that you fry, and it puffs up into a ball. And what this is the actual sauce that you use for it. There are different variants, but basically all it is chickpeas and mashed potato, spices and stuff like that. And it's really this real like Indian food right here, right now. So I've got some of this pani puri masala that you used for the actual mixture. I think Scott, I made some for you. I've actually luckily got some chickpeas. I could make some of this tonight. The next one is got some coriander whole by a company called Ahmed Foods. I got this, what I tried last week, which is actually a very popular Indian snack. It's called Behil Puri. And they actually hot fry this, or hot, not fry, sorry. They use a wok, or something like this. And it's heated up dry, there's no oil. And it's like rice and different like Indian snacks, mixed in with 3 sauces, mint, masala paste, and I don't know what that one is. So I did some research on that, but if you ever want to check out a really good Indian snack, it's called Behil Puri. This stuff is awesome. This is just a ready pack snack meal. The next one, I didn't buy that much today. I got some basmati rice. Basmati rice in Japan is hard to get hold of. You can actually buy big You can actually buy big bags of this, but because my wife is Japanese, she will eat this, but most Japanese people don't like this rice because it's long grain and it's not to their taste, but my wife likes it. So you can buy authentic Indian basmati rice. Where is this from? Let me check where the product of India says so there. And I've grown up with basmati rice, so it's part of me kind of thing. And I also bought some green cardamom pods. Green cardamom. So you can get like a multitude of spices in Japan. You can get everything, literally everything you can buy Indian wise. So don't worry, guys. Now the next bag is this. Now this is the exciting one. So as I told you guys, I went to the Vietnamese shop and I actually spoke to the staff members who were very, very kind. There were like 4 women, and just they were like shocked that I was in there. And I said, like, how long have you been how long have you been here? How long has your business been up? And they're like, oh, about 3 years. I'm like, really? God. So I have a real big heart on. I went to Thailand about 4 or 5 years ago and fell in love with Thai cooking. Thai cooking is, well, just amazing. And this is what I got from the local Vietnamese shop. I got 2 of these drinks. Now, when I was young, obviously my mum is from a small island, Mauritius, and this is called tamarind. Maybe you guys out there might know what that is, but that's a tamarind juice. I don't know where this is from. Yeah, it's from Thailand. This is like, I'm a big tamarind junkie. I just love this stuff. It's kind of like sweet and sour. It's kind of hard to describe the profile, but all I can say is like a sweet and sour taste. It's a very unique taste. And this is another dish that I got. This is tamarind paste. You can use this in Indian cooking or Thai cooking. You can actually, this is like a little bit different from like the actual block of tamarind, which is a little bit hard. It's very sour. But I presume that this has got sugar in it. Man, this stuff is so hard to find. I've been looking for this tamarind paste for 10 years. Never found it. I got some coriander, priced at 300 yen. This is in Japan. I'm no word of a lie. I don't know how to show you guys, but imagine like, I don't know how to do it. Imagine like 1/10. Okay, let's use fractions. 1/10 of that is 200 yen, and I've got about, I don't know, 5 times the amount there for the same price. A little bit more expensive. 300 yen. Cilantro. You can buy this at Costco in Japan as well. It's quite cheap. Actually, the cilantro in Costco is quite good. Now, this, I do not know what the hell this is, but all I know is that this is some either Thai or Vietnamese snack, and it looks like corn. It's got chili in there. It's got like maybe curry leaf or lime leaf. It's got a crap load of chili in there, so I know Yukari's not going to eat this. So if anybody's watching out there, please let me know what this is, because I think it's either Korean, Thai, or maybe Vietnamese, but that looks like that's going to burn your ass out, but that's what the type of food that I like. Let me have a smell test. Oh, yes. Oh, I think I know what that is. It's like a Korean snack thing, but might be a slight variant. But all I know is I'll be consuming that later on tonight. Moving on, we got some lemongrass. Very healthy, good for colds, good for soups. That looks fresh. I think that was about 300 yen. And then we got some coconut milk. You can buy that anywhere in Japan. Now this is something very controversial, and my mum has warned me not to buy this, but I'm interested to find out what it is. This is a food emulsifier. I think it goes under the name of Ajinomoto. It's basically like, it's actually packed in Japan of all places. And all this is, it's like a food enhancer, MSG. And I've heard rumours about it. Apparently this was banned in the US because they found some chemical content in it that was not good. And I know my mum, oh, is it? It's got the actual name. It's been repackaged. Ajinomoto, Thailand. So it is that brand, but it's been packaged in Thailand, but been sent back to Japan for resale. I don't get that. It's really weird. But that's what that is, and I want to try this. If it's shit, I won't eat it. If it's good, then I'll keep eating it. Because I don't really care about anything controversial about that. If it was that bad, they wouldn't be selling it. So anyway, as I walked out of the shop, so I got really friendly with the staff, and the staff were really cool. They were teaching me some Vietnamese, and I was chatting to them, having a laugh, and blah, 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 blah. And as I walked out, the guy was like, oh, wait a minute. He gave me this. It's called Trung Nguyen instant coffee from Vietnam. It's instant coffee. And you guys know about Vietnamese coffee, right? It's one of the best coffees in the world. So I was like, fuck. And by the way, the cost of this cost me, I think it was about less than $30. I think the other Indian stuff cost about the same. But like I'm telling you guys, there are places in Japan, if you like foreign cooking and you think you're worried about moving to Japan, you're worried about getting spices and herbs and all the snacks and stuff from your Philippines, Thailand, Taiwan, China, Singapore, there are shops out there that cater for foreigners. Yes, you're going to pay a little bit more, but it's out there. So tonight I've actually got some stuff that's been marinating. Let's show you guys. I thought I'd try a new recipe tonight. So this basically, as you can see here, oh, it smells so good. Is I've decided to use some cumin. I got some cumin, cinnamon, and I grounded those spices up. I heated them up first. And I put them in a food processor, grounded the spices, and I made some, actually this is something as well I'm going to tell you guys about, is that, where is it? I made a fresh pot of garlic and ginger paste. So if you're in Japan, you can go to Costco. You can buy very cheap garlic and very cheap ginger. And what you do is yes, it does take a long time to peel everything. You peel everything, ground them up, put them in a food processor, bit of oil, salt. You can put turmeric in there, and you can make your own paste. Why? One is you don't have to get your hands smelly next time you cook. You can just go in there, bang, 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 bang. Chinese cooking, Indian cooking. You want to do some ribs or anything like that. It caters for everything. It's quick, it's easy, no peeling. You do all the hard work first. Put a bit of lemon juice in there, oil, just to keep it preserved. Done. Job's a good one. And tonight I'll be cooking basmati rice, those marinated ribs that got a cumin, cinnamon, garlic, cloves, cardamom, sugar, soy, and red paprika. That's what that marinade is, and I've left that in there for about 7 hours in the fridge, so that's going to be killer tonight. But yeah, don't worry, guys. If you guys are watching that are out from outside Japan, that want to come to Japan, and you need to be hooked up with some local foods, just hit me up on YouTube. But thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Brah!